All right. Our communion service is going to be focused about the importance of studying the Scripture. But we can tie that into this morning, one of the most important reasons to study the Scripture so we can share it with those around us. First song we're going to sing is number 154, Give Me the Bible, number 154. Domi, give Hundred and 88. Thus remember me, number 688. No so Jesus on the night betrayed, honored God as he blessed the bread, and to his disciples said,
look at two passages this morning. The first one being in Mark, the 10th chapter, if you're interested in following along there. And we're going to do this in preparation for taking the Lord's Supper. If you don't have the emblems, if you would raise your hand. They are available in the back just at the end of the pews, but if you need them, raise your hand. Someone will bring them to you. In Mark chapter 10 and verse 32, it says, "And they were on the road going up to Jerusalem, and Jesus was walking ahead of them, and they were amazed, and those who followed were afraid. And taking the 12 again, he began to tell them what was happen to him, saying, 'See, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered over to the chief priests and the scribes, and they will condemn him to death and deliver him over to the Gentiles. And they will mock him and spit on him and flog him and kill him. And after 3 days he will rise.'" We're headed to Jerusalem. This would be the last trip to Jerusalem. And Jesus is walking out ahead of them, it says. And that must have been unusual because they were amazed, and those who followed were afraid. And it's understandable why they would be, given the climate, the threats that were on Jesus. Going to Jerusalem was walking into the belly of the beast, and he was walking ahead of them, headed to Jerusalem, and they were afraid. They were amazed at this, and he was apparently thinking about what was to happen there. He pulled his 12 aside, and he told them in some detail what would happen to him there. It's amazing to know how much exact detail Jesus knew